All right, Cyber Traders, welcome on back here this Thursday, February 2nd, shortly after 2:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Welcome on back for our afternoon meeting. Great to still see Michael with us here. We had Mark just before. The market's pulling back altogether right now. S&P taking a bit of a dip right now. So, maybe some short opportunities to go into the closing bell. But right now we have the VINO trade moving up. We have a couple others still going against the grain, moving up on their own accord. So great to see Ravina, Ron, Leda, Michael, and all of our students and trial members inside our live trading room. For all of us on social media, Facebook Live, YouTube, Twitter, and I should say LinkedIn, welcome on back. So, I'll tell you, we'll be pretty quick, folks. Just no class ahead here, but I do have a one-on-one coaching call with one of our students here. So hopefully a nice runner for both of us, myself and Paul. But we'll look to see what's trading going into the close. So the VINO, at least here to start, I'll put this on our main watch list. It's hard not to, just with it at the highs already, trending up really well on the way up to a next major resistance level off of $5. So there's not much of an iceberg showing there just yet, at least from my TradeStation matrix. I didn't pull up VINO on my book map yet, my level 4. So I'll do that just once we finish up this meeting. But I would still assume that 5 would be a major resistance. It's a whole number level. But, on top of that, typically $5, $10 incremental levels anyway are going to be even further historical. So I would look for a false breakout. It's already up 297%. Obviously, we ended up doing really well on the MSGM from earlier this week, but obviously, we all saw what happened to that trade afterwards. So, it doesn't mean that VINO is going to run up to 500-700% like that one did. It's already up enough. So I would assume a false breakout this first test off of 5, testing it right now, about 6,700 shares on the ask. So really not much showing otherwise aside from what we saw. We'll see if it ends up needling it and popping it. And, let's see, probably make a false breakout here. We'll see what's ahead here. So VINO we'll put on our list here definitely. Holding off of 5 pretty nicely right there. Just want to give it an extra couple seconds, see what it does. The thing with this trade, it's on a nice steady trend. It hasn't popped before it ended up hitting 5. So, there is a chance where it may continue, but I'd still be really reluctant around that 5 level. I would look for that false breakout and for it to slam back down here coming up. It's often what we tend to see. So we'll definitely come back to see if it ends up showing better strength over the next hour. The Lucy trade, we'll just go from top to bottom now because Lucy ended up making another big push for us as well today. Ended up making a huge squeeze up, got halted, and then afterwards ended up running up once more, even better. So gave us that second win opportunity, even a third win chance. It ended up bouncing under and over from 350 and then ran back up once more. Right now, at least at this point, the Lucy, it's not looking too strong. Just made a bounce from 3, I reckon. So if anyone had jumped in from there, off to a good little start, but how likely is it to see it run to break new highs and then make a new run from there? I just would rather follow a stock that's much closer to the HOD or LOD right now, respectively. So, I'll come back to this if I need to. Lucy, put this on the side list for right now, at least. BPTS, I mean, hey, we just saw what happened this morning in pre-market with this trade. There was a lot moving early in the morning and it had a pop and drop already. And then we had called it out going into the 8 o'clock move. We may have even put this on our watch list at the time, but ended up completely shaking around, pulling back and not making that higher high that you wanted. So, that's where you got to be careful for a lot of these small cap cheapy stocks that were up big, like Lucy, VINO, TENX, another one. Dud from earlier today. This is going to be a dud. CIFR. I didn't realize this ran until right now. I had a big pop at least going into 1:30 Eastern time, but obviously now pulling really quickly back down towards 2. All right. Now, GNS is still in contention. GNS has been really good to us the last week and a half, 2 weeks. We never really traded the stock before then, so it had to kind of it had to really show a lot of volume day to day. It had to prove itself to us, essentially, right? For it to be a viable sideless stock at least. So, it ended up making a big pop going into the pre-market this morning. You knew that we'd have our eyes on it right away. And with that now, this is an ugly shake. I was looking for this to run up towards 8, and it ran up towards there, but it failed to test it, let alone break over it. And with that, that's not too fun. Big shakedown below big level that we were calling out earlier, 750. So, if you didn't take the money and run already, I mean, this is not a good sign. So, I'll tell you, I mean, even the shake, I'm not fully committed to putting the GNS back on our list. I was looking forward to, but I'll come back to this maybe at the end. See, it's an ugly shake. 750 was the bigger level there. So I was looking forward to it, to trying to make that pop. It was testing it earlier from pre market. It filled this iceberg and held it as support. It needed to run up higher. I mean, not break new highs even, but to explode off there, really rip off that area and keep squeezing up. So obviously it failed to do that. And right now, we're getting a halt on the way down. So definitely at this point, we're going to not follow this GNS trade. Well, you never know what you're going to catch here in this meeting, don't you? So, that's where you see a stock get halted on the way down. Typically, that's where I'll say it's game over for the trade, right? All right, FLWS. Hopefully, I don't give this the kiss of death either. Lita says, talk about a bleeding seahorse, quote unquote, right? A little inside joke in our room. Yeah, right. Big shakedown. So I would not look to follow up on that one, folks. Really. FLWS, though, at least, it looks like a pretty chart. Rounded bottom off of 1250, moving back up over 13 right now. Good order book. Spreads check out decent. I just wish it was trading more volume per minute. That may increase over time here. Again, the chart does look pretty good. It's up over 27%. Now the order book, the spread's starting to open up a little bit. Let's just see what else is out there. Got to be a little picky and choosy on a day like today, especially with the markets beginning to dip a little bit here. The ELYS, I think I kind of looked at that already. Kind of just keep skimming through. So obviously, Meta off of earnings earlier today led to a big pop, or from after hours, I should rather say the day before. But right now, pulling back with the market. So, pretty expensive as a day trade. I wouldn't look to really follow that right now as a day trade, at least. If you're looking to day trade the options, that's a different story. But, we continue. The SI move, at least, this could be more bang for your buck, more worth your opportunity. Not everyone should look to trade this, though, because it's not like a level 1 or 2 stock. It's probably like more 3 to 4 even in terms of like how we categorize them. But that means that it could make a nice swift move given good direction within the market. So it ended up dropping off right around the same time as the S&P peaked and pulled back. So this could be a good short trade if you're able to get the shares, or if it ends up bottoming out here like it did previously today. And if it holds support, maybe there's room for another bounce, but it's volatile enough for us to at least try and look for an opportunity. So I like it. I'll put it on our main list. You got a firm, AFRM. Same deal, right? I mean, it's up big, tradable. It's actually one that we're a lot more familiar with, AFRM. So it's, definitely hard for us to not put this on our list. All right, I guess you could say the same on Coinbase, right? Coin a little expensive, but made a nice pop earlier today. We'd called it out as it was breaking new highs. WeWorks, again, pulled back with the market there. If it was a little bit stronger right now, I'd be more interested. It's Contrade, kind of low volume. I don't know why I even clicked on that. All right, let's hop over to the loser side right now, folks. If there's anything looking really good on the way up, over 5% or more, type it in the chat board here. Just let me know. Hopping over to the losers list here for right now. What goes up comes back down. We learn that lesson each and every day here, right? VS, what goes up yesterday came right back down same day and ended up gapping down that much more. So, that's where it's just repetitive, but that's where I tell everyone here, new members and returning students, experienced students all together, unless specified otherwise, any call out in the chat board that I give out, that Fausto gives out, it's a day trade. It's a day trade, folks. It's not a swing trade, especially these cheap stocks that make these incredible pops. Obviously a couple swing trades that we've had our eyes on of late. Mara, looking at Uber, looking at Shopify. Fausto nailed it on Carvana the last couple weeks. So, unless specified otherwise, at least, these are all day trades. That's where it's easy for us to say, well, we don't hold this overnight. All right, we keep moving here. HBI, looking at this as a short. This looks pretty good. Short a bull on TradeStation, big iceberg order on the ask, driving it down lower right now, actually driving it to a major support, seemingly a 65,000 share and counting bid at 640. Yeah, HBI definitely going to put on our watch list for right now as a short. Looks great. Let me zoom out on the daily chart. Looks like it's kind of, not really too much. I mean, it's kind of around a little support here, getting a little close these days back from beginning of December, around 625, 620-ish. That could be something to watch. If it's really weak and breaks that much lower, then $6 would be your next big support. But as I'm about to move on, well, I said 620, 625 from the historical here, just looking from the end of December. That does align pretty well with this 30,000 plus share order on the bid at 620. Just saying. It's always nice when the pieces of the puzzle fit where they should, right? So we keep going here right now. Goose, it's down big. It's right at the lows, very similar to the HBI. If anything, just shortable at the lows, so good opportunity. I'll put this on our watch list here too. I mean, markets are still technically up percentage-wise, or at least compared to yesterday's close. But there could be some stocks coming off bad earnings, some big names out there. Otherwise, we'll see. I know Michael was looking at Array, ARRY, same deal. Dropping off pretty nicely. I would assume big support off of 20 on this trade. Not much of an order showing on the bid just yet, but again, I would assume for that to be a big level. So yeah, Array I'll put on our watch list too as a short. I don't really know how much more we'd find right now. I mean, hey, the markets are down, and we already have 3 good ones from the loser side. So, where normally I'm kind of like trying to find something on the losers list, we have enough. So I'll try and look for a little bit more, but I'll tell you, I think I'm pretty content. I think that we're good right now, folks. I'll go through the side list stocks one more time. The Lucy and the FLWS trade, at least. That GNS is garbage. Like I said, reopen down, game over. Don't gamble, please. It's not what we're here for. FLWS, at least, it's still holding direction, but I just wish it was trading better volume per minute. It doesn't necessarily hurt us to slip this on the back end of our watch list, though. And the Lucy trade, again, this thing's not really going anywhere. So FLWS I'll put on our list, and let's see what else we got in the meantime. Anything else from the trading room or anything else from YouTube, Facebook Live, Twitter, or LinkedIn? Checking Benzinga Pro myself right now, their scanner. Just go through like 1 or 2 out there. Nothing really that stands out too much to me here. ATNF, not looking too good. RMTI, same thing. I feel like I'm kind of scraping at the bottom of the barrel here, folks. Sober. Sober's up over 9%. It's trying to make a small bounce from like 195. It ended up breaking above the highs that we had back from Tuesday this week, from this week entirely. There's a chance for it to go. Just it's not really trading any good volume per minute either, like the FLWS. If I was reluctant to add that one, I mean, you could say the same here. So, you know what? I'll pass on Sober for right now. If it ends up making more of a move up, we'll likely call it out after. All right, folks. Last call for all of us inside the live trading room. All of us on social media. Let me know. Going once, going twice, going 3 times, and I think that will just about do it. So, for all of us on social media, Facebook Live, Twitter, YouTube, and now LinkedIn, I keep seeing more social media streams of ours kind of joining our afternoon meetings and morning meetings, so welcome on aboard. Any questions that you have, feel more than free to shoot me over a quick email. I always like to post this at the end of each stream, josh@ctutrading.com. If you're interested in joining our live trading room, continuing the next step, and joining us for a live for a full week live, feel more than free to go right down to the link on the green banner below the stream, right at the end of the trial, right there. We end up doing live audio commentary from 9:30 to 10:30, and then from 3 to 4 p.m. Eastern daily. So at that, Rich will be on the mic coming up at 3 p.m. I'll be on a coaching call with one of our students up until 3:30, and hey, we'll see what's ahead. Perhaps a nice runner to take going into the close. So I look forward to it. All right, folks. So best of luck trading going into the market close altogether.